welcome back to my channel. I am going to answer some questions. I'm a little nervous about this. So I put a little question box on my story on Instagram and I got a lot of responses. This is nuts. So here we go. That would have been the original, I can't pick one. Probably the original Helen Keller that Stephanie Schlerman did in my dance studio many, many years ago. And then we can't forget Katie Hackett's A Child Is Born. And then we also have Mark Myers doing I Won't Dance, Don't Ask Me. My favorite song? Oh gosh, The Summer of '69. But I was just a baby then. I'm just saying, that's the song I was dancing to in some dive bar in the back on a metal tinned floor, and my knee dislocated the very first time. I was grooving to Summer of '69. And my favorite dance song would be Barbra Streisand's Don't Rain on My Parade. That was my big solo. Yes. I don't feel bad for kids when they cry if they're injured. Of course, my heart bleeds for them. But when they're standing on stage and they're pouting and they're boo-hooing because they were first runner-up and not the winner, no. Yes, we have lots of beginner classes and we are open to the public. Everybody is welcome to come and enjoy the education, the learning, the environment, and all the crazy hubbub that goes on surrounding the ALDC. My favorite routine on Dance Moms to Choreograph was probably the last text. Now, I had a lot of craziness with the moms, one mom in particular, and I had a lot of trouble getting the work done. I wanted to be on every count. I wanted to be in on every facial execution, and I couldn't because I had this mother going insane on me because her kid was sitting in the driver's seat, not dancing and not moving. But it was such a crucial part of the dance that I needed to make sure it was perfect. And I also was outside in the parking lot having cars drive over these pretty little dresses that I bought downtown in LA to make them look like tire marks all over them. So I multitasked on the show. Currently, I am in Los Angeles, California because it's a city. So it's easier for me to get around in the wheelchair and ride on the sidewalk or in the bike lane in Santa Monica. In Pittsburgh, it's filled with hills. Our studio is in Penn Hills, so it's really difficult to get around. The best dancer that I've worked with is probably Miss Gianna because we still work together day in and day out. We're on the phone together talking. We teach every Sunday together. So work with is definitely Gianna. As far as teaching kids, it would have to go way, way back to the beginning when I was, 16, 17 years old and my students were 14, 15 and we kind of grew up together and I was their mentor. Those were the days. How old am I? Doesn't everybody know that answer? Come on. That's an interview question that goes way back. And the correct answer is, how old do you need me to be? Do I miss filming? I miss working. I miss going to set every day. But I don't miss those producers screaming at me, getting in my ear, telling the moms to work me up. It was a very toxic environment. And you would have no idea unless you actually lived that life. And we lived it for 8 seasons and over 500 routines. It was a lot. But I look forward to working with producers who are kind and wonderful and share the vision with me and want to put out the best possible dance show ever. Yes. Favorite dance mom? Well, that's easy. My mom, Mary Lorraine Miller. My favorite style to teach is old school lyrical, hair half up, half down, pretty little ribbon, gorgeous feet, natural turnout, stunning, that penché en relevé, yes. And I also like to teach musical theater because the words lend themselves to the choreography. When it says top of your head to the bottom of your feet, easy peasy. From the original cast, do I keep in touch with? Gianna. I just had a phone call with Kathy, that's right. And that's about it. I keep in touch with a lot of people that worked at the studio when we started filming Dance Moms. Sandy Powers, Kim Martello, Mary Stelluto, the people that worked for me during that time and saw that evolution of the studio and what happened and how everything got crazy. Of course, they're still my besties. I started to dance at the age of 3, but my mother didn't have me at the studio like a studio brat that was there every day and every number in the front and the middle with 17 pairs of tap shoes. No, that was not me. My mom had a really successful, great business. And my dad took me once a week for my class when I was little, and that was it. And I danced up until the age of 18 when I graduated from high school. 17. I was 17 when I graduated. Yes, I actually have plans to fly to Europe this fall. There'll be a big announcement about that. I'm going to a huge dance expo. I will be teaching and I will be lecturing and I will be taking pictures with kids from all over the UK. Do I think that I'll ever walk again? Yes, I was walking. I got on the airplane myself. I used a walker and I stepped up onto the plane and then I did side step together all the way down the aisle to my seat. And along the way I would stop and rest my back against the seat backs. So I did it. I sat in my seat and I teared up. I can do this. I can go anywhere in the world by myself. I don't need all these people manhandling me and putting me in this little chair they pull down the aisle and all that nonsense. And then get to Florida 2 days later, break my leg in 2 places, and I'm right back where I started. But I was walking. If you consider walking with a walker, I was walking. I was walking 148 steps with the walker. And now I can't bear weight on my foot. But someday I will walk again. My favorite place to go in Pittsburgh, this is going to be funny, is a hot dog place down in Oakland where the University of Pittsburgh is, and it was called The Original, the O. And we always called it the Dirty O because it was kind of a great place. But they had the best hot dogs and the best French fries in the world. And it recently closed. I think the University of Pittsburgh finally got in there and bought the business, and I didn't want them to. The other favorite place I have is a fabulous restaurant called Coast and Main, and it's in Monroeville, and a student of mine in the Pittsburgh studio, her parents own it, and it is fabulous. And the husband, the dad, is this amazing chef. He makes me deep fried lobster tail with this chili aioli sauce. Oh my God, it's magnificent. Not on the menu, just for me. Gianna started working for me in high school. She would be my personal assistant in the dance studio choreographing. So when I would say, okay, we're gonna do an inside triple attitude turn and roll to the floor, and then I needed to figure out how to get the kid up off the floor, Gianna was there with me on Sundays from like 11 a.m. till 7 at night, and she would get down on the floor and roll around because I wasn't gonna do it. And that's how she started to learn the choreographic process, the way we do it at my studio. And when Dance Moms came along, she was already my assistant, and then she was working at the studio. She had her own classes. I felt comfortable with her. We had a good fit, and whenever I would look at her with the eye, she knew exactly what I was thinking. We were just very intuitive, and so she was the right fit. There were several times when the show wanted to put other people in that place, and I was like, no way. If she goes, I'm going. Absolutely not. And we have a good thing going, and you don't break it if it's not. What is that thing? You don't fix it if it's not broken. Yes. And I trust her, and I trust her implicitly with the business stuff as well as with the kids and the dancing. When I had to leave the room and go out and fight with the mom or deal with the producer or deal with the concept of the show, I could trust that Gianna would be in there and she would work the kids 5, 6, 7, 8 and keep going. There's other people that would have sat their butt on the floor and just let the kids play themselves until I came back in the room. And I couldn't have any of that. I would never do this for a living if I didn't love children and enjoy the creative process. Taking a child from the age of 3, developing them into this amazing competition dancer, and then onward and upward to a career in the performing arts. I mean, I'm responsible for loads of kids that dance and work professionally, and they have an amazing life. A life that they never even could have dreamed that they had. Will there be a season 9 of Dance Moms? Probably not. Will there be a season of something else? Probably. My least favorite would have to be carpaccio, like raw meat, And I'm not a big sushi eater. I know everybody loves it, not me. I like my fish breaded and fried and malt vinegar on it, like Long John Silver's. I know that's bad to say. Lobster tail. I'll do a steak and lobster. I did the whole vegan thing for a while, and it was really difficult with the hospital and the food that they give you there and medication and everything. And my favorite food, well, I'm a spaghetti kind of girl. Spaghetti with meat sauce, count me in. Not really. I always slept at night, but I think that I was coerced into doing things that, looking back, I should not have done and I would never do again. So I think we're going to revisit this entire topic in another video. The best advice for a dancer? Well, get a really good attorney and an even better accountant, and then second guess everything they do. I'm teasing. You have to be so focused. You can't want anything else. You need to sing, you need to act, you need to do silks, aerial work, acrobatics, gymnastics, maybe even a little combat fighting. You need to do it all, and you need to do it all every day. It's insane the amount of competition that you're going to be up against. There are so many colleges and universities that have dance programs, and kids are actually paying like 50 grand a year for dancing school, and they're going to get out, and there's not enough jobs to employ all of these people. And how many dance studios can there be in this country, in this world? So I think it's really important that you have the talent, you want to be the best that you can be, and you're educating yourself in all the genres and everything that you need to do. It's a tough world out there, but you can do it. The worst fan encounter, I don't know, I haven't had too much. The other day, just recently, I was zooming through a shopping center and a girl grabbed my arm, like literally grabbed me. And because the wheelchair was moving forward, it felt like she yanked me back. I mean, do you really yank a person that's paraplegic in a wheelchair? I don't think you should. And for all the children out there, I was brought up in a way that was respectful to adults. And you don't touch your elders. You don't go up to them and do this with their hair. You don't touch their necklace. You don't grab their watch and look at it. You just don't touch people that are older than you. It's not about COVID or quarantine or anything like that. It's just respectful to your elders. And all you kids out there, it's your responsibility to say hello to your elder first. So when everybody says, oh, do you talk to the kids on the show, blah, 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 it's their responsibility to say hello to me first. I'm the elder. Then of course I will speak to them, yes. My best fan encounter led to a job, a career, exciting things happening. So I met this young man in the New York area. He came to one of my events and he was alone. He was there. He seemed to be on the ball. He had a great personality. And I said, hey, you over there, can you help me? Can you get this? Can you hold the camera? Can you carry this? Can you put this in the car? And can you come tomorrow and be my assistant? And he did. And today he is my social media manager and friend. And I bounce all my negativity and all my venting off of him. And he doesn't get it sometimes. But anyway, here he is. Say hello to Michael David. Yeah!
What's up?
My favorite hobby, besides dancing of course, is probably swimming. I don't know if that's a hobby, sport. I'm not that athletic, but I do love to swim. I love to lay in the sun. I need to sit on the steps of the pool and read my magazines and read my novels, my books, and I like to swim, freestyle and breaststroke and backstroke. And I also like to do my aquatic therapy, which is fabulous. Let's see, what else do I like to do? I enjoy the movies. And I haven't gone to the movies in so long. I used to see a movie every Friday night while we were filming, when the kids were rehearsing and the moms were out to dinner, and I think one of the kids went to dinner with the moms and then rehearsed, yeah. And I was at the movie theater in some strange city, in a strange town where I didn't know anyone. I would go to the movie theater, I'd get a ride, I'd get dropped off, the mall would close where I was shopping. I kind of have a little shopping problem. I think I'm a shopaholic. And then I would go and have my time at the movies. And then I'd bum a ride home from somebody. This is before there was Uber. And I would just ask strangers that were at the movie theater that had kids that wanted a picture with me. I'm like, hey, where are you going? Oh, we're just on our way home. Do you think you could drop me off at the hotel? Sure, no problem. And they were like freaked out that I was in their car. And then the network found out that I was, you know, some of the executives at the network back when they cared about me, they were concerned that I was just getting in strangers' cars. So then I had a car. When we would get to the city, that I always had my own car to drive on the crew. I was given a car, and I don't think some people like that, but whatever. Prison was not what you think, and not what I was told, and not what I was prepared for. I think humiliating, degrading, scary, frightening, but I did meet some friends that I will have for the rest of my life that were the most wonderful, intelligent, kind, lovely human beings. These women were great. They were great, and I appreciate them immensely. But I'm not going to get too much into it because I have a huge documentary coming out, and you will see what really went down in prison. Yes. My original logo had the dancer on one side of the Abbey League, but this font was exactly the same. This font was hand sketched by an artist. His name is Mr. Fez. Jessica Fez's dad did the font, and I had a different dancer on the end of it. So then what I did was, when I was thinking of stepping away from the studio, when I was 45 years old, I wanted to move to Florida with my mom, live there permanently, and come back, you know, 1 week a month and teach at the studio and teach in Florida as well. So I changed the logo to Rain Dance Productions because my mother didn't want to sell her name, of course. So it was Rain Dance. It went from Mary and the Rain Dance Studio to Rain Dance Productions, and this was the dancer that I used, and it was in the middle of Rain Dance Productions. And then we needed new jackets, and so I love the logo and the dancer that's here. This is a combination of Amanda Saluto and Hannah Opalco, and it's like their two pictures, and they were like merged together. And so this logo, I sliced it in the middle of the Abbey League, and 2016 is your answer. The drop at the end of the dancer's foot, in Rain Dance Productions, it represented a raindrop. So it was rain, R-E-I-G-N. It was never a tear because you save your tears for the pillow. But people have said with the Abbey Lee logo, it's blood. You know, you're dancing so hard and you're so into it and you're so dedicated that your feet are bleeding. Yes. I'm finished. I really enjoyed answering your questions. I hope you enjoyed my answers. Until next time, like, subscribe, comment below, do whatever you have to do, and I greatly appreciate it. See ya.